What's good, people? Ebby here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be taking you on a trip with me to Niagara Falls, Canada. I know it's not to shoot the falls, even though they are beautiful, even though they are marvelous. If you've seen them once, you've seen them 1,000 times. Actually, no, I'm kidding. The falls are actually marvelous and beautiful to look at. No matter what season you go and view the falls, it's always something to see. Mother Nature just does her thing. She did her thing a long time ago, and we just keep going back to see it. And even though it is beautiful, on this particular occasion, I'm not going to be going there to shoot the falls. I'm just going to go there to shoot signs. Yes, signs. You see, I live about an hour away from Niagara Falls, and every time I go there, it just hits me how photographic this city is. It's beautiful to look at, and it gives you something unique every single time. On this day, I was headed to Niagara Falls because I was going to pick up 2 cameras that I wanted to add to my collection. I had a couple of hours to spare. It was going to be a nice sunny day, so I'm like, you know what? Why not give myself a prompt? And that prompt that I gave myself was to shoot some signs. It was going to be minus 20-degree weather, and here in Ontario, Canada, it does get cold around this time every single year. And one thing I've gotten used to doing is driving around and taking photos straight out of my car without necessarily getting out. And that's what I was going to be doing on this day. So come along with me on this trip to the beautiful city of Niagara Falls. On this trip with me, I was going to be bringing a couple of cameras that I was testing out for some upcoming videos and blog posts, but I was primarily going to be shooting on the Fuji GW 690. I had a couple of rolls of expired films that I wanted to shoot, and it was going to be a nice, chill, fun day. This is the Niagara CN Tower. Not as tall as the main CN Tower, but still something. I had some Reala 100 left over in my camera, and I got busy taking some photos early. I really like this first shot that I took here. You see, taking a look at the Cadillac Motel sign, first of all, it's an interesting sign that looks like it came straight out of the 60s and the 70s. I mean, they have cold air and color TV. Nothing really special in 2025, but I guess when the motel first opened, this is something that would have been a big deal, and they just haven't changed the sign since they first opened up. Now, although I do really like the colors that came with the image, and Reala did its thing with this photo, taking a look at the background of the image, just the bottom section of the image, there's a lot of distractions going on. I wish I took the time to compose the shot much better. If I do go back here another occasion, I'll try to isolate the sign against the background just to remove any distracting points within the image. After I was done with the roll of Reala 100, I loaded this roll of Kodak Portra 160 NC. This roll of 160 NC expired in 2003, and it was a 220 roll, which means I will be getting 16 shots on this Fuji GW 690. One thing I really like about this camera is that it can shoot 220 and 120, and it also has a setting for 4 exposures, which I'm not really sure what roll film that is. If you do know, let me know in the comment section down below. For the first stop, I'll be stopping at this Oasis Motel. I saw the light, I saw the tree, I saw the sign, and I just like, you know what, the boarded up windows, I have to take this shot. I tried to line up the tree to coincide with the eye to give it sort of an interesting composition, and I think it came out nice. For this photo, I really like the way the light was hitting this pink building right here. With the light hitting and the composition with the casino tower in the background, the pink building and the cone in front, I had 3 distinct points of interest in the same photo. I tried to compose out the car in the shot, but it just wouldn't leave my shot. I could take it out in post using generative AI in Lightroom, but I feel like that's cheating. Even though it did do a good job removing this car, I feel like I just couldn't leave that photo to be what it is. Maybe next time I go there, the car wouldn't be there. Or maybe I could just use this generative AI shots. Is that cheating? I don't know. I'm not going to use it though. It is what it is. The car is in the shot. It's in the shot. I then came across this restaurant called the Flying Saucer Restaurant, and it is what it says it is. It's a restaurant that looks like a flying saucer. Taking a look at their menu online, I guess their meals must be out of this world. Yes, that's a dad joke. It's a pun, and you will appreciate it. If you don't appreciate it, I'm sure your kids must appreciate it as well. My daughter definitely appreciates it. The sign for the restaurant is one of the most interesting ones I've ever seen. I really do like this shot though. I like the way the clouds and the blue in the background complements the colors of the sign itself. I think this is probably my favorite image shot on the whole trip. I like the colors, I like the sign and how it's isolated against the background in the sky. Looking at this in comparison to the first shot that I shot of the Cadillac Motel, you can see what I mean by having distracting things in the background and in the image, just taking your eye away from the sign itself. This is what I'm going to be looking for if I do intend to shoot signs like this moving forward and just not have too much going on in the background. Of the 16 images on this 220 roll, there are 6 keepers and the rest are just whatever. I think 6 keepers is definitely a strong hit rate, if you ask me. After the Portra 160 NC was done, I loaded in some Catlabs 100 that I had laying around into the camera and drove around some more. After driving around for about 3 or 4 hours, it was time to head back. And on the way back, I decided I was going to be taking the scenic route. So not going off on the highway, just taking little side roads to see what I can get on the way back. Because it was a sunny day and we don't really get too many sunny days. I had the time still because I didn't have to be back with my daughter. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just take some shots on the way back. After the Catlabs 100, I loaded in a roll of Reala 100 and I ended up shooting the same scene on the Catlabs 100 and Reala 100. Let me know which one you like better. All in all, it was a very strong day of photography. I enjoyed shooting the signs out in Niagara Falls. Although it was a freezing day, I did find myself getting out and shooting, which is something I enjoy, which is fun. And this whole thing is supposed to be fun, right? If it's not fun, why are we doing it? I developed all these rolls using the Fujifilm C41 kit and scanned it using my Epson V600 scanner. I'm very excited with the way the Portra 160 held up. The NC stands for natural colors, and taking a look at the colors in these images, the colors do appear really natural. Not too saturated, not too blue, not too green, just like baseline. And I could push it one way or push it another way. The images did actually come out a little more green than I intended it to, and it just needed a little bit of pushing in post to just take out the greens. I shot this roll at 50 ISO because it expired in 2003, and I think that was a really, really good choice on my part. I have a couple more rolls that I'm going to be shooting on different occasions in the future, so I'm excited to see what I can get from this Portra 160 NC. Let me know in the comment section down below if you want me to make a dedicated video talking about this particular film stock. For the Catlabs 100, I was pleasantly surprised. You see, I've seen Catlabs around the way, and I happened to get this roll from a friend who just gave me to add to my collection. I had it laying around. I'm like, you know what? Let me shoot it and see what I can get from it. It is a little cooler than I thought it was going to be, but the images are nice. The 100 speed film gives little grain, but it actually has beautiful tones, beautiful texture, and if I do get a chance to shoot this roll again, I definitely will. For the Reala 100, I've already spoken on this channel in the past about my thoughts on Reala 100. I'm going to put a link up here for you to check out if you want to hear my thoughts on Reala 100. In terms of Niagara as a location, it is absolutely beautiful. It's wonderful. And my dedication or my choice to shoot signs on this particular day really stood out to me. In fact, I felt like I could go around a couple more hours shooting just signs. I wonder what this could be. Could this be a project? I wonder what I could get if I spent a day, a week, more time just out there just shooting this particular place and just shooting signs, or just shooting the whole city in general. What could I possibly get? This could be a project for the future and just something I could work on moving forward. That's it for now. I'm going to put a link to the blog post for you to check out and see more of my thoughts and check out the images more in depth if you want to in the description right under the like button next to the subscribe button. Until next time, make sure you stay safe, make sure you shoot film, and I'll catch you next one, yeah? Bye.